4 letters, 1 word. Stop.
What's up, y'all? We are back.
It's the Cook Podcast.
Night of Champions is over. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, let's dive into this. What we thought. Let's give our thoughts. Let's dive into it. I thought it was very successful.
Well, one of my favorite matches was Jacob Fatu versus Sikoa for the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff came out in that match for sure. You know, like you said, Solo's the new champion.
Yada I mean.
Some people are not happy about that. Some people are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Solo deserved the gold. I believe it's his first time winning
That's the
championship in the main roster.
Well, first on the main roster, but his second time winning championship. He won the North American, which they took away from him. And then after he won it, he went to the main roster.
Yeah, but on the main roster, this is his first title belt, right?
This is his first singles title on the main roster.
And is also Solo's the first person to pin Jacob Fatu since he's gone to WWE.
Oh.
So two big milestones for Solo tonight.
Yeah. That wasn't bad. But I have a question. Going into this match, it was is Jacob's rise Solo's downfall? Because when Jacob stepped onto the scene, he had the hype. He had all the hype and everything. So it's like, I felt Solo was being watered down. Because it's like, there's no way.
They watered down?
There was water. When
How
he first
so?
came in, it's like, you know what Solo's capable of. But how are you going to match Jacob's energy with Solo's energy at the time? And at the time, Solo's energy was, he was quiet. They had him. That's the character he had to play. He
barely talked. He was just in there to, beat people up. He was the enforcer. That was his job.
But what you see him doing now, that's actually how Solo is. Like, what you see now, you seeing all sides of Solo, whether he's laughing and joking around or if he's serious.
He jokes around a lot. That's why when you said that they're watering him down, I think it's the opposite. I feel like now that Jacob's come, they've been showcasing Solo more. They show us more of his personality. He cracks jokes. I think he's one of the funniest guys on the roster, to be honest, in and outside the ring. He definitely showed it today. You know, he keeps making fun at Jacob every time he gets.
It took a while for his personality to come
all
back.
Gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Yada I mean.
It took a while for Solo to get back what we see now as a street fight champ was one of his monikers and everything. So he definitely deserves the belt. Jacob's rise definitely was Solo's downfall because like, what's next for Solo?
But I don't see he's a downfall. He got a bigger crew now than he ever did before. So how is that a downfall?
Jacob's rise was Solo's downfall, and I'm gonna keep saying it.
I'm trying to understand how.
Jacob's rise was Solo's downfall, being that Jacob was rising to the top. What does that left for Solo? Bringing in more members to come in, of course, cool. But end of the day, everybody was still gravitating towards Jacob. What was that leaving for Solo? He wasn't saying, I love you, Solo. He wasn't saying that shit anymore. But now, like you mentioned, he got new member of the Bloodline. How you saying? Haiku Leo. I'm saying it how it's spelled. Haiku Leo, probably pronounced a different way.
I mean, you good. Even Michael Kobash, that he couldn't even say his name. All he said was Tongaloa's brother.
Yeah. And then you got Tongaloa. He's back. His worthless ass, but he's back. He's back. So that was one of my other questions. Who's coming back? Which one of the Bloodline members is going to come back? How soon? And who's going to debut? Now, with Hikuleo being is a new member, part of the Bloodline, he did debut a few weeks ago on a dark match on SmackDown. But I feel that they should have waited for him to debut. But hey, that's a whole nother story. But this match, though, between Jacob and Solo, what we saw, I could say it could have been like something that they had like fueled up from childhood as well. You know, yeah, your family and everything. You don't always get along with your family members. You want to see them succeed at times. Well, majority of the time, but in this case, Solo wanted the United States Championship, and he got the United States Championship. But let's not forget, you had JC Mateo come out. The whole time, I'm thinking Big Jim was going to come out and assist Jacob.
Nope. He ain't help him out at all.
He ain't help him at all. But funny thing is, SmackDown, Jacob came out and helped him. So let's peep this real quick. That's last night. Peep this. Right after everything happened in SmackDown, Jacob was walking to the parking lot, and then he ran into Jimmy. He told him, yo, I didn't need your help. Same thing Jimmy said the same thing to Jacob. I didn't need your help either. Because it was like they was helping each other on a week-to-week type basis. Because, you know, that's beef. That's beef right there, you know. Jacob came in under Solo, and Jimmy was the op at that time. So now Jimmy ain't the op. So he told him, all right, fam, you either get in or you fit in. You know what I mean? You feel me? So, all right, cool. So right then and there, Jacob and Jimmy, they looked at each other. It's like they gave each other that look of acknowledgement, like, all right, I got you. Now, we understand, yeah, they was overseas in Saudi Arabia and everything, but maybe Jimmy had to go back home. Maybe
Jimmy was just scared because he got his ass a little bit handled to him last night as well.
That too.
So Solo gave him a chance, like, yo, you want to come back? He said, nah, he's going to help Jacob. Mm-hmm. They're still not on the same page. Again, I think Solo's on the rise. He got a bigger crew. He got gold now.
Yep.
Jacob don't got nobody to back him up. Jimmy's shaky. I don't know if anybody... He's going to need some backup if he's going to have to go against this Bloodline 3.0, I guess it's called. I'm not sure what it is, but, you know, there's more Bloodline members. There's more Bloodline drama. Jacob's by himself, but who's going to help him? You know, we talked about Big Jim. Do you think Jey Uso gets involved if Big Jim is on his side? They're still outnumbered.
Still outnumbered. They definitely...
Even with both of them, do you think Roman's going to come back and get involved?
Nah, Roman ain't coming back. He's sitting here with us the whole time.
Oh, no, I pressed the wrong one.
I'm sorry about that, Tribal Chief. We got you. Roman comes back. All right, we talk about Roman in a whole nother topic.
Or what about Zilla? Does Zilla come out?
Okay.
Is that part of the equation?
So peep this. Jimmy, yes, that's a fact. Jimmy is outnumbered. With him and Jacob, they're outnumbered. Yes, because wait, who we got? You got Solo, you got Tangaloa, you got Hakilio, you got friggin' JC Mateo. That's 4-on-2 right now. You get another body, Jimmy. You get Jay. What's going on with Jay right now?
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get involved. Like, I don't see it, but maybe. I do see him and Jimmy kind of, you know, getting back in the tag team or some action. Maybe not as much as they used to.
They will liven up the tag team division if they do.
But he doesn't have the heavyweight championship anymore, so I don't know how he gets involved. I see him, like, you know, getting back with Jimmy, but I don't know. Time will tell. I just know that Jacob needs some help. He's going to keep getting dog walked if it's 1-on-4 every week.
And with Zilla, really, it's kind of hard to see how that's going to go because, he's in the independent circuits, but Fanatics Fest was last weekend, and Zilla was there. He walked up to the Randy Orton table because he knows him since he was a kid. His dad wrestled Randy Orton, R.I.P. Umaga, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's the first time I'm seeing you since I was a kid or 8 years old, something like that." Gave him a hug, dapped him up, and what did Orton say?
I don't know. What did he say?
I should be seeing you soon. Not word for word, but he said should be seeing you soon. So, is that an Easter egg that Zilla is coming? That you mentioned that? Now that you mentioned that, is Zilla coming to as backup? Well, we already know Zilla and Solo, they have beef since the swimming pool, since they were kids, he got rock bottom with the swimming pool. So he has beef, but they still beef right there. Solo still is salty about that.
And Jacob and Zilla had a tag team run too, right?
Exactly, and they was tearing the hell up in them damn indie circuits. So with that being said, good thing you mentioned Zilla, because we see Jacob, Jimmy, Jay, and Zilla, even though you know how Jay feels about Jacob at the time and whatnot. But here's another thing to remember. Before Jacob got chokeslammed on top of the announce table, which didn't break, by Hakilio, right? He said, his hands around his neck. You want everything. You always want everything. He said always wants everything. So right there, it has to be some beef since childhood, you know? It's like everybody wants everything. Because look, the Samoan family's big. I don't know any other big family out there besides my family.
The Wayne's family.
And the Wayne's family, you know? The Wayne's family, you can count them all on 10 hands. Not even
there's something you don't know about.
Hands and feet. Only hands, not even feet. The Samoans, you need more than hands and feet to count all of them family members. This is too much. Them family reunions, they have to have it on an island. That's how big that is. You feel me? That's how big the family is. But great match. Definitely gonna see some backlash next week, this upcoming Friday on SmackDown. And I do see Achilleo in maybe in a match. Maybe one-on-one with Jacob. Maybe a tag team. We don't know. Maybe this goes to one-on-one and the following week goes to tag team. Who knows? We just know Bloodline is still spilling blood.
Well, all I know is that Solo is here to take. He's not here to give handouts anymore. He's like, nah, I'm taking what's mine. And what I'm curious to know is, leading up to SummerSlam, what do you think is going to happen with this Bloodline storyline? Because you know they definitely got to build it up to SummerSlam. So
yeah,
where do you see that where that's going?
Well, Jacob gets his rematch at Saturday Night Main Event. That's a fact.
You think so?
That's a hands down fact. Now you got SummerSlam for the Bloodline. That's going to be interesting. That can go so many ways. We get a Jacob and Solo Part 3 at SummerSlam? Or do we get a 6-man or 8-man tag match?
Well, if they fight at Saturday Main Event, I don't see them fighting at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to run that close back to back. So it's either they fight at Saturday Night Main Event or at SummerSlam. I don't see both.
Yeah.
If I had to bet, I would say they'll build that up to SummerSlam. Maybe have a couple of tag team match. We also, like I said, we also got to see who else gets involved in the storyline, because Jacob is outnumbered.
That's true. Well, him and Jimmy are outnumbered.
Well, Jimmy's not officially with him. You know that's there's potential there. Most likely they're gonna team up in some capacity, but like right now, it's still a little shaky regardless.
But after that talk last night, I would say by Friday coming up, Jimmy will come out to help. Jacob will be in the ring, or Sol and them will be in the ring. Jacob comes out, he's outnumbered. Jimmy comes out, and then you're gonna see super kicks. The main thing is you're gonna see super kicks, a couple of these, a couple of and end it with that. 5, 2. I want my title back. I'm a dog walk y'all asses.
Another great match that happened, Night of Champions. We had Rhea Ripley versus Raquel. What were your thoughts on that match?
Rhea Mommy Ripley versus Raquel Big Mommy Cool Rodriguez. I'm telling you, I was all for that match. All for that match. That was the match I was waiting for. I was waiting for that match. Because, like, a couple of things. Right. So, you got to live on injured reserve. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to live. She used to be friends. Well, she was friends with Rhea, too. She was friends with Rhea once upon a time. They shared tag titles once upon a time, and now she shares the belt with Raquel. Now Raquel and Rhea, their beef goes all the way back to NXT days. Like their last match together was NXT New Year's Evil 2021. That was a last woman standing match, which was Raquel's last victory over Rhea. Now, couple things about this damn match, which was dope. All right, I took my notes. Right, so throughout the match, you can see a lot of tension between these two girls. It's a lot of historical tension because NXT, you literally fighting for the main spot in that division, but you're fighting for a spot to get to the main roster where you can shine and show off all your talents and all your hard work that has paid off over the years. So their beef went from the from the NXT all the way to the main roster and still continues to this day. And it kind of restarted after Rhea left the Judgment Day, and she had that rematch against Liv, and then that's when Raquel came and said, "Hey, this is still payback." Because what happened is Liv and Raquel at that time they were tag team, and then Rhea took out Liv. So it is just a whole bunch of back and forth. This is why Raquel is so relevant within this beef. That's how long this damn rivalry goes and shit. Excuse my language. Right? Now that leaves Rhea and Raquel 5-1. When meaning Rhea is 5-1 against Raquel. We saw them go through the table. The top is Rhea getting powerbombed through the top of the cover of the top of the announce table. You seen big boots to the face, talking that smack, big boots to the face. You saw Raquel do the Scott Hall fall away slam, boom, twice to Mommy Ripley, and you saw Rhea hit her with the Razor's Edge. It was a great match. I don't know what else I could say about this match, but these girls went all out in the street fight. They went all friggin' out. No Liv. Only interference was Roxanne Perez. She kind of like she's still putting in work. Everybody else in the Judgment Day already agrees with her. Now, it's just the fact that Raquel ain't siding with her because Liv ain't siding with her. So being that Liv's not around, Raquel ain't siding with her. So she came out and then did what she felt like was needed to be done to try to help. But she ended up getting put in the garbage can. So
well, I mean, I got a lot to say about this match. First, we gotta talk about Rhea Ripley's Catwoman outfit. She came out there looking like Catwoman with she had a Halloween pumpkin on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. She was looking like she about to do something crazy after the show in Saudi Arabia, but she was definitely looking good with that. I definitely like the nod to Catwoman, killing it with that. She definitely came out with a vengeance. Mm-hmm. But like you said, Raquel didn't hold back either. She put Mommy through a table. Like, it was wild. It was that was a wild power bomb through that table. Obviously, Rhea, finished her off with the riptide off of the table, off the top rope.
Yeah, they're standing on. It was like they were surfing on the damn table.
The referee had to come and hold it for her.
Hold on, are you ready to slam?
Make sure they don't fall. So that was definitely a great visual. Mommy got the win, like you mentioned. Roxanne came in to interfere. She's part of the Judgment Day. Now, I was trying to see, is like, all right, Raquel didn't win the match, but did she earn Roxanne's respect because she came out to help her? Roxanne had the Judgment Day colors on, so I'm assuming they're going to tag up in the near future. Liv is not coming back anytime soon. She just had shoulder surgery. It looked like it went well. Yeah. But,
speedy recovery to Liv.
For sure.
Jersey's own.
But she's not going to be able to defend that title anytime soon. And they're just not going to not defend it. So I'm assuming that they're going to team them up. They're going to have those tag champs. keep the gold in the Judgment Day because they're not gonna give that up that easily.
Yeah, it's literally a Jade and Bianca situation when it comes to those tag titles because it's gonna come like this. Hey, Liv's not coming back anytime soon, like you mentioned. You're gonna have to relinquish those titles. You're gonna have to relinquish. Of course, Roxanne is gonna. Well, I can help you defend those, and of course, Raquel's gonna be like, you know what? All right, let's go. Let's do it because she ain't trying to leave it, like give it away.
Exactly.
And Liv will be upset at it, even though Liv can't be around for it. But it's literally the only right thing to do. Defend it. Of course, they're gonna have a successful defense. They're gonna hold on to them, keep it within Judgment Day, and eventually, somewhere down the road, they'll lose. But yeah, she put in some work. She came out rocking them damn colors. She was just like, "Yo, I didn't get jumped in. The boys brought me in, so hey, let's go." Like she's with it and everything. So,
and Raquel's the only one she really needs to prove on in the Judgment Day. Everybody else, they don't got a problem with her. So
she had Dom like this, like Dom got 3. Well, he got 4, but we going in wrestling. He got 3. He is Rhea, then Liv, now Roxanne. You feel me? And look, they all brought him chicken nuggets. So it's just like, come on now, Roxanne. Roxanne Perez. And here's another thing that I know will be dope. Both of these girls, Roxanne and Raquel, they're from Laredo, Texas. So you get 2 Latinas from Laredo, Texas as the women's tag team champions. Come on. Now that's best for business. You feel me? I can't wait to see what's gonna happen Monday. It's gonna be interesting. Of course, she's gonna say, if you didn't get involved, I would have won. But the guys are gonna say, come on. Tranquilo. That's what Finn likes to say. He's gonna say that to Raquel. We need each other. But yeah, man, it was dope. It was dope. She should have slammed her through the table with the riptide, not jumping off the table because it was just like break the table.
I mean, it was like I said, it was a cool visual to see that off the top rope table there.
Yeah.
And then moving into our main event, we get to see John Cena and CM Punk one last time. CM Punk finally won in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Got that Arab money.
Yep. He apologized.
That's right.
Years ago. This was like years ago when, he's on his high horse. He's talking, how he goes. He was talking his crap, but he apologized. They accepted it. They accept his apology because they was all for him this whole weekend. It was all for CM Punk the whole weekend. They were singing his damn song when he was coming out. Like
he was definitely getting a lot of love out there.
And so that
and leading up to the match, he did his word life,
his Punk life,
and
he had the drug-free brass knuckles, drug-free ones.
And he even started freestyling, which he pretty much killed it.
He killed it. He definitely killed it. He hit a lot of. How would I say? What's the word?
Punch. I mean, for me, it was punchlines.
A lot of punchlines. Hit a lot of punchlines, and he hit
my favorite one was
a lot of moments. It was a lot of moments of Cena where he he hit Cena. Like you knew Cena was like when he brought up his girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that was the best punchline when he said I'd be mad too if they hired my ex.
Yeah, it was just like he was getting him because. For those who don't know about the Doctor of Thugonomics, when Cena started that, right? This was literally right after his first match against Kurt Angle with the kickoff to the Ruthless Aggression era. Goes backstage. He didn't win the match, but he goes backstage and then Taker's like, "What's your name, boy?" He goes, "John Cena." Shook his hand. And then he just walked away. If you know about the Doctor of Thugonomics Word Life theme song, there's a line in there where he mentions the new Dead Man Inc. That time, I think it was Dead Man Inc. Cena mentions the new Dead Man Inc. A lot of the lyrics in that song that he mentioned happens in the ring in terms of what he's talking about, what he's gonna do to people, what he represents and everything. So those were the golden years of Cena right there. Doctor of Thugonomics coming out like Punk gave him a taste of his own medicine, rocking the jersey, the kicks, the backwards hat, the chain with the brass knuckles, and just freestyling and hitting all the punchlines and trying to get you and hurting you where you wouldn't expect it. That's what Cena used to do back then. Look it up. And that's what we got last night from Punk Life. This is basic thugonomics. Punkonomics. I thought that was dope. That was dope. Made me a little bit excited for the match. A little bit excited. Why I say that? Because I knew they were going to have a good match. You're going to see a lot of the oohs and ahs. Like, these guys haven't been in a one-on-one match like this in like 13 years for a title on the line. So, and they're both had a very great and controversial career. So it was just like, you're going to get a lot. But there was more to this match. It was only that. There was more to this.
Oh
match.
yeah, they had a lot of they had a lot of surprises in this match.
Just dive it. Just dive. It's like I expected. Well, we didn't expect Roman to show up because he's here chilling with us. You know, like he wasn't gonna show up. So if y'all had him and Roman Reigns is gonna show up, Seth Rollins is gonna try to cash in, Roman Reigns show up. No, not in our prediction. He was chilling with us. But I'll let you know.
But who did show up? Seth Rollins popped up with the Money in the Bank belt. You know, with Bronson Reed,
Braun Breaker,
Paul Heyman popped up as we kind of expected. Like, I wasn't sure if he was gonna cash in or just disrupt the match, but you could tell he was gonna pop in at some point.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was trying to cash in, but it was a failed cash in. You know, they came in, they started beating up on Punk. Cena was knocked out, and you know, out of nowhere, Penta pops in.
Yeah, of all people.
And to me, that was hilarious because, yeah, all right, maybe he's gonna help him, but he didn't even run into the ring. He's just came up, started doing his Penta walk, and it's like, wait, what's going on here? So he distracted the distraction.
He distracted the distraction. He distracted the distraction with him and Braun Breaker just warring it out on the ramp. To a point where who comes out next? Sami Zayn. The honorary Uso. Sami Uso comes out to save the day, right? Another distraction for the distractions of the distractions, right? Ends up fighting, but just stays right there on the ramp. They end up, he getting slammed by Braun Breaker. They end up on the side of the stage, off the ramp. Fucking Penta jumps off.
Yeah.
Yo, he just dives off. But like, Sammy almost hits his head on the rail. Like, yo, what is going on? It's like, y'all be easy. Then they take who they take? Who they put? Oh, that was the wrong person.
You forgot the other surprise that came out.
There was another surprise.
Charles Robinson comes out rushing the ring.
Yeah, little Nate
for the cash in, and John Cena just spears him.
John Cena spears him,
which was a smart move because that's what helped fail the cash in. But yes. And it was a hilarious moment.
And a failed attempt to put Punk through the table. It was just like, come on, that was sloppy. The table was like, all right, let me just break for you real quick because it was a failed attempt to put him through the table and whatnot. But yeah, Charles Robinson doing that, great. Him, Cena letting Seth, yo, you ain't cashing in on this, great. But for me, that tells like there's something there's something stirring up, brewing for the future, near future.
So how you felt when CM Punk hugged Cena?
So right there, even though that's their last match together, so that right there was them saying, "Yo, it's been a great run. It's been a great run." One, it was going to be one moment where they're gonna have to hug or shake hands or some shit like that. It's gonna happen. Whether it was gonna be like that moment during the match, and then go right back into heel mode and reenact the Royal Rumble moment, no, the Elimination Chamber moment with Cody Rhodes. What he did with Cody Rhodes, and he became heel for the first time. So I think that moment right there, they shook hands. That was dope. Even the crowd was in for it. They was into it and all that kind of stuff.
That's true.
And he was like, "I'm gonna kick you in your balls."
Then he got him right in the crown jewels.
Yeah, you know. So that right there, I feel that was a great moment. I know y'all might be saying, "Oh, nah, no, that was just Cena trying to be." No, they go off script at times. If you know, you really watch wrestling and you sit there, you know they'll go off script at times. Yeah. All right, we'll go off script real quick. I'm gonna shake your hand. Yeah, they shook hands, they hugged and everything.
I don't feel like it was off script. I felt it was on script because they hugged, they shook hands, and then they did a callback to when Cena turned heel. They gave the same camera angle, zoom
for
in
the
on
first time
in the look. But obviously this happened before, so Punk was more prepared for it.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't enough to win the match because, with everything going on, Cena ended up coming out victorious.
And then running out the ring because he needed to.
Which brings my main question. Yeah, him running out the ring is, can Cena win by himself?
Can Cena win by himself? Cena can win by himself because he's done it plenty of times. It's proven.
I mean, they ain't necessarily kind of help him, but all the distractions kind of, helped him get the victory. And like, he's not gonna have that every single time.
Yeah, Cena's done it plenty of times. He had to deal with the Authority when he had to deal with the Hounds of Justice and Punk. Yeah, Cena definitely can. Now with Travis Scott and
Rock, you don't got Travis Scott coming. So obviously Cody's probably gonna, fight him at SummerSlam.
He definitely is. And then
so what do you expect to do there? Like again, I think
there you go.
I think Cena's gonna need some help to beat him. So I think Cody might have the advantage there, but we gotta see how everything plays out.
What happens, I feel, has happened there. Roman comes back, right? All right, cool. Roman here. He says he's coming back around SummerSlam. So what's gonna happen is Seth will try to cash in.
At SummerSlam or on the road to SummerSlam?
I would say at SummerSlam. If you're gonna cash in, you're gonna come back, do it at a big event. Right? Seth's gonna try to cash in. Roman's gonna stop it. Punk's gonna be around there. He's gonna stop it. And then Seth's cash in is gonna be unsuccessful. He's gonna have to take that L. Like literally, yeah. You no longer money, Mr. Money in the Bank. It's done. It's gonna be unsuccessful. And that's just gonna be that's how you keep Punk within this little storyline to get involved and everything. And all that is just, does Cena lose that belt? Does Cody get the belt?
I don't know.
That's a big question because who else would take the belt from Cena?
So you're saying Cody would win, not Cena? I think Roman maybe might get involved in that. I'm not sure.
The reason I'm gonna tell you why I think Roman. Go ahead.
But I think Seth probably takes that belt.
Seth takes the belt. All right.
At SummerSlam. That's my prediction. It's gonna be Cody versus Cena, and Seth's gonna come out. He got people behind him to help him out, and he has a successful cash-in.
He has people to help him, but there's people that don't like them. So
For sure.
It just fucks. Excuse my language, guys. It just messes everything up. It's gonna be Roman's gonna show face. It's why Cody owes him still a title shot. He ain't the champion, but he still owes him a title shot. He never got his title shot. He said, I'm coming back for it. He never got his title shot. So it's either going to go like this. This is my number one. Cena wins. Then somewhere down the road, you get Roman and Cena. But option 2 is Cody wins. You get Roman and Cody down the road. Do you put Cena in it? No, I want to say, but you get Roman and Cody down the road because that's still WrestleMania last year rematch. This never happened. We're still waiting on it. But a lot of this can change, y'all. All of this can change. You feel me? A whole lot of this can change. Why? We saw what happened today. That Monday, you can see what happens. What we see, what they say, who shows up, who gets involved with what. And then you got next Friday Night SmackDown. And all that is just the pregame before Saturday night main event. So everything is building up little by little. But I can say, overall, a great pay-per-view. Shout out to Jade. Jade!
Oh, yeah, she came out in that Storm outfit.
Came out in the Storm outfit, like, with the contacts. She had the eyes. Not those eyes, but she had the eyes. Storm from X-Men. Her and Asuka had a great match. I love that. And he definitely, Jade is going to be Jade and Tiffy at SummerSlam.
Jade and Tiffy, and I expect Naomi to get involved in that match as well.
She already been, when she won, she talked her crap to Tiffy. She talked her crap to Jade and Bianca. I mean, to Jade and Asuka. She's like, yeah. Just holding up the briefcase and everything. So she's definitely getting involved with that, and she could win that, most likely. And then Jade gets a rematch, maybe. Bianca gets a match, maybe. A triple threat between them three, maybe. I would love that. Who would want 3 Nubian, chocolate, caramel, and mocha in the ring together, just doing it? Just better call Zeus Network for this one. Yeah, overall great pay-per-view. Shout out to Sammy for getting that victory. And
they also announced that the Royal Rumble is gonna go over there, so that's gonna be interesting, especially for the women's Royal Rumble, because everybody gonna have the cat suits on. You already know that.
Oh yeah. They gotta get these cat suits because, like, I hope the suits are nice, like what Rhea and Raquel had on, and what Jade had on today. Those were dope because y'all got some rules in Saudi Arabia. I'm just like, all right, I guess, but boring. boring. But hey, Royal Rumble 2026 next year in Saudi Arabia, but it ain't gonna be 30. It's gonna be 40.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be boring. It's just a different look, We'll see how that plays out. Yeah. It's Royal Rumble outside the country. I don't think that's ever happened before, right? So
never.
So that's gonna be interesting. I mean, the crowd, they look like they really love wrestling, so they definitely brought some energy. It's just gonna look different. That's that's all I'm saying.
Even see the women's facial expressions.
I don't know about that, but
didn't see none of their facial expressions. It was all guy facial expressions.
Oh, you talking about the crowd? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the wrestlers.
Oh, wrestlers? Nah, that was like they gave their facial expressions. Even when they were in pain, like Rhea was in pain, and she was like still smiling through that. I was like, yo, she hurt. She felt that, but yeah. Shout out WWE, another successful PLE. All right, I hope y'all liked the Night of Champions. Hope y'all enjoyed every part, every match, every entrance. They even had explosions. And I hope y'all enjoyed our recap. So like, subscribe, share, leave some comments. Acknowledge us.
Acknowledge me.
Know what I'm saying? Until next time, it's your boy, the Dodger Maniac. With my co-host, Mr. World Tour.
The evil genius.
Peace, love, and positive vibes.
It's the